Hello and welcome to another review from Colour with Claire. Today I'm reviewing the Colouring Heaven Christmas collection for 2018. So this is a bumper issue of 48 illustrations, all Christmas themed by 4 different designers, illustrators, artists. So the 4 that are included in this particular issue are Molly Harrison, Anne Stokes, The Good Wives and Warriors, and of course Hannah Lynn. So we've got a good range of different kind of illustrative styles there. Now this one is £5.99 to buy. Usually your Colouring Heavens are £4.99, but obviously this is a bumper edition, so you're getting more images and that sort of reflects in the price. Now you can see here that we have the beautiful foiling. This time it's all red instead of our usual gold. And we have a mixture of all the different illustrators that are included on the cover. These covers, as always, are matte, so you can go over them with markers, pencils, if you wish to colour the entire thing. You can see here we've got Hannah Lynn, Anne Stokes, we have Molly Harrison and The Good Wives and Warriors. So usually on our first page you will see a little bit about the illustrator in the particular issue. Clearly this time we have 4 different people doing illustrations for this edition. So you can see we've got Molly Harrison, a little bit about her, a little bit about Anne, a bit about The Good Wives and Warriors and Hannah Lynn. And it also tells you which designs in the book are theirs. It does tell you on the back of the pages as well, but just here, just as a reference in case you wanted to know which ones were which illustrator. So we go straight into it with the Molly Harrison illustrations, and Molly Harrison for some reason is an illustrator that I seem to have missed or skipped over my 4.5 years doing colouring, but I don't know how or why, because her stuff is absolutely beautiful. It's so cute, so whimsical, very childlike, very simple, but just very, very charming. You can see, look at this little dormouse, he's got his acorn. Now obviously these are all Christmas themed, but all of these illustrators do lots of different types of subject matter. It's just that they've put their Christmas things together in this particular issue. So we've got the little girl here on her candle, with again the little dormouse and lots of snowflakes. Got the snowman, the Christmas tree. This would be a really, really good illustration to practice colouring snow and white things. We've got the angel holding on to the little deer. And here's the one that I've done. So you might have seen this already on my Instagram, Twitter, everywhere like that. But for this one, I used Neocolour crayons for the background. That's how I got all the different blues. I used Luminance pencils for all of the pencil work. I used a white Posca pen for the snow. So I just went over the edges and the lines of certain bits of the page to make it look snowed on. And I also used stickles over the nose of the deer and over all of the snowflakes. And I'll just bring this up to camera under the light so that you can hopefully see how glittery the stickles are. Hopefully it's picking that up. It's a bit difficult to show. I had loads and loads of fun colouring this. As soon as I saw this image, it was just so cute. I knew that I had to have a go at it. It did daunt me a little bit doing the background because I had to get around all of these snowflakes and stuff, but I think having the stickles over the top of the snowflakes really helped out because I didn't have to then go in and do a lot of detail under there, I just covered it in stickles. Now as you can see, because I've used Neocolours and a water brush, it has bumped the paper a little bit, so it's gone a bit warped, but that's fine. You can leave it under some heavy books for a while and hopefully it will flatten out a little bit. I did see someone on one of the colouring groups iron her page the other day by putting a sheet of paper, clean paper, over the top of her illustration, and then a tea towel, and then a cool iron, and it did actually straighten it out, but just be careful with that if you do try it. It's not something I've tried myself. So again, continuing with Molly Harrison's work, we have got this huge stocking with the little girl inside. She seems to be one of the main characters of Molly's work, along with the dormouse and the deer. We've got a polar bear and an owl, and a couple of owls here on a branch with loads of stars and moons shaped like baubles. We've got the Noel wreath with lots of little girls and angels all around it, and a couple of angels in the clouds. We then move on to Anne Stokes' work. So this is a lot more detailed, a lot more grown up if you like, a lot more intricate, just a completely different style. It's not at all cartoonish It's quite based in realism, even though the actual subject matter is fantastical. For instance, you've got the dragon here. But again, all winter or Christmas themed. So we've got a unicorn here. We have an angel holding this crystal ball. A wreath with a dragon inside. We have this lady again. I'm sure she's some sort of witch or a warrior of some kind. Possibly a witch, I think. She's got her magical staff here with the crystal in it. We have a fairy. Another dragon, Yuletide blessings. This dragon is bursting out of the Christmas present. Here again we have our witch feeding her little pet dragon with mistletoe. We have the Green Man, which is a very well-known sort of folklore legend type thing in the forest. At least I think that's what that is. This is Yuletide blessings. We have a dragon. Again, loves her dragons, does Anne, on the Christmas morning. So we have a Christmas tree. We've got the fireplace in the background. There's a couple of Christmas cards featuring the illustrations from this book. Very cool idea. We have this lady again with her wolves this time. Oops, I think I've missed one out. No, I haven't. Or have I? It's a little bit deceiving. That felt thicker than it should have. Right, so 25. We've moved on to Good Wives and Warriors now. And you may recognise this from the Christmas Carol colouring book that they did. So we've got Scrooge and Marley. Scrooge is self-contained and solitary as an oyster. So Good Wives and Warriors did the Escape to Oz, Escape to Christmas Past, which is this one, Escape to Shakespeare's World. There was quite a few different Escape to books, Escape to Alice in Wonderland, Escape to Wonderland, and this one has obviously been taken from the Christmas Past. Again, a totally different style of illustration. This book really does have something for everyone depending on your kind of style. I mean, look at this. This is just totally out there. We've got the ghost of, I think, Christmas Past. I could be wrong. Made up of all these locks and chains and keys and things. Just very, very odd and unique illustration. We've got a bit of a ribbon going on here with some baubles. And this one is a deer silhouette against a backdrop of Christmas paraphernalia. This is Tiny Tim in a kind of mandala-ish type background. We've got a wreath with a Christmas pudding inside. We have a hat, a top hat, surrounded by holly and mistletoe. Again, another wreath style illustration, but in a banner form across the centre of the page. And then we move on to Hannah Lynn. Again, just transitioning to a totally different style. Hannah Lynn's work is very, very solidly lined, very black lines. And I absolutely adore Hannah Lynn's work. It's just so cute. You can see here we've got the elf. We've got Santa and the little girl asking what she wants for Christmas. We have a traditional nativity scene with the wise men in the background, Mary and Jesus and all the animals in the shed. We've then got just a random girl dressed in some woolly kind of Santa Claus, Mrs. Claus outfit. Rosie, there goes Rosie again, with a candy cane and a bit of a wreath kind of illustration at the back. Here we've got a girl holding a plant. It looks to be a pear tree. Ah, partridge in a pear tree. There we go. Ding, penny dropped. And she's got her lovely woolens on. We've got Snowman and the girl in her fox hat. I have seen these from Hannah Lynn's previous Christmas book. Absolutely adore these illustrations. They're both, some of them are very simple, but they're also sometimes more detailed. So, it just depends with Hannah Lynn. You can sometimes get very detailed illustrations, but other times you can get extremely simple ones. So it does have a bit of variation. This one is like a half reindeer, half girl. She's holding a candy cane in her hooves. She's got a deer nose, she's got antlers, but it's obviously a girl as well, so a bit of a hybrid. This one has a lot thinner lines, more spindly, and it's a much larger scene. So you can see we've got a foreground and a background here of the house, and I just love this sweet little pony pulling the sleigh. Here we've got another girl within a wreath, and a little girl on Christmas morning opening up all her gifts, one of which is the Whimsy Girls Christmas colouring book by Hannah Lynn. And that is the end. Now usually in a Colouring Heaven book you would get right at the start, in this area here, your colour combination charts, which is usually about that big. It's a double one this time, so you've got even more room to chart all of your different colours and supplies and just sample out those different blends. So that's brilliant. That's on the back cover itself. So that's the book. As I've said, it is £5.99. It's available in all good supermarkets and newsagents across the UK. It's also available to buy worldwide, and I'll be leaving the links below in the description. And don't forget, you can get yourself a Colouring Heaven subscription, whereby you'll get the new edition on your doorstep every single month. So do check out the links in the description for that, and do let me know in the comments what you think of this year's Christmas edition. I think it's absolutely brilliant because it just shows a wide variety of different styles of art, from very detailed and fantastical to charming to very unique to very whimsical. So you've just got a bit of everything. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon on Colour with Claire.